the Marlinton treatment plant has a lot of excess capacity, and the DEP signed off on these contractors. And she's saying that it's the mayor of Marlinton that's creating this crisis. And that's my statement. And they created a crisis, so the answer to that crisis is get this sewage and treat it and put it on farmlands. Well, why don't we put it in the treatment plant where it belongs? And also understand that a lot of the business comes from Virginia. So you're going to treat it in West Virginia, and you're going to put it on West Virginia farmlands. You're not going to put it in Virginia. And it seems like this is a pretty contested issue. So why don't you just put it on a referendum and put it on a ballot and let the voters of Pocahontas County vote on it?
There you go.
Instead of you deciding for us what's the best thing. Let us decide. Maybe this is a good thing. You know, but that's all I got to say.
Okay, Mr. McNally. The DEP does not allow Marlinton's town sewer to take in any external sewage at this time. And while sewage comes from Virginia, from customers in Virginia to the business, Mr. Meck also explained at the Green Bank meeting that he hauls sewage to treatment plants in Virginia. Mayor,
well, then open up our treatment plant, get it going.
At a time, Mr. Mayor, to defend yourself.
As you said, the DEP closed down our sewer treatment plant to taking sewerage from any septic hauler 4 years ago.
Okay.
This had nothing to do with my administration, and while I agree with the DEP's determination to shut it down, I would not have.
Okay.
But it was shut down by them, and will continue to be shut down until they're happy about what we've done. If they're not happy now, it could be another 2 or 3 years.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So Steve, those are the facts concerning those two aspects. Rebecca O'Brien.
I have questions about the size of this tank, why we need something this large. If the average septic tank only holds about 2,000 gallons, you know, it takes, you know, if you emptied 5 and had to hold them in Green Bank, that would be 10,000 gallons. And I have concerns about the disposal, the open air crushing and recycling process, and questions about using human waste for fertilizer on local fields. I went to the public meeting that was set up by the Meck family, and I came away frustrated because I didn't feel like, well, in the first place, we weren't allowed to ask questions, and we weren't given any answers. I was allowed to read the ones that I had on a second sheet of paper after I read my statement. I was allowed to read them, but there were no answers to those questions. I just felt like we're being kept in the dark, like we don't deserve to know, we're second-class citizens or something like that. Skip on down here. I have no idea if this is a silly suggestion or not, but that maybe the county commission could organize a group to study the waste sewage issues in Pocahontas County, and just whether we have a need for a waste sewage facility, and if we do, get this group to find a different location away from a community, any community, and find monies that will pay for it. I don't have any expertise in this kind of endeavor, but I'm volunteering to at least help to make phone calls and try to locate grant money or something for helping with this type of thing. There are organizations out there who still believe that Appalachians are poor and ignorant and need their help, so we might be able to take advantage of that attitude and look for some financial assistance from them. I wanted to just say last that I made a small one-person attempt in the last 2 days to carry a petition to homes of people that I contacted by phone, inquired if they would sign a petition against locating this sewage tank next to Green Bank. I only spent about 6 to 8 hours phoning, traveling, and talking briefly with folks, and I got 17 signatures. I was only refused by 3, who wanted to remain neutral. So, and these are all people that did not sign the February petition.
New signatures.
I know I could get a lot more signatures if I could devote that much. I could devote days in the next couple of months. It's tiring though,
Put it on a
because you
ballot.
talk a lot. I don't usually do that sort of thing. I've always sort of hid inside my turtle shell. But I poked my head out recently and talked a lot.
I think the
So-
ballot idea is real good.
We'll speak to the ballot idea in a moment, I imagine. Thank you, Mr. Bryan. Dave Henderson?
Yes, I'm speaking as a county sanitarian, that Mr. Meck provides a service that is environmentally absolutely necessary. It's of great necessity in the county, and I fully support his project for this tank. That is something that is needed, especially since, as the mayor was speaking to, that DEP will not let Marlington take anything else. That's created a big problem for everyone that's in the same business area. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. The last thing on the list is Randy Sharp.
Okay. Well, my name is Randy Sharp. I'm here as a business owner in Marlington, not in Green Bank, unfortunately, as a representative of the store. I'm here as a more of a character witness for Jacob and his family. I don't know all the details, so I can't speak on the septic tank and the waste disposal end of his businesses. However, I can speak on his character. Unfortunately, there's a few in this room that can still stand on their word and a handshake. There's a few in here that probably can think back at a time that they have faltered on their word. I feel like that Mr. Meck has always been true to his word as a man, as a business owner, as a husband, as a leader to our community. He has done nothing but prosper by his own hands in this county. I feel like if he says that he will contain the smell and the sight of anything, he will do that. I've been to his facility at Green Bank recently. I feel like it's immaculate for what it is supposed to be. He keeps a very neat yard. His office workers are well put together. His men outside in the yard and abroad are well put together. They're working people. They deserve to continue to work. If he said that there would be no more jobs created, I would expect him to retract that and say that if the opportunity to create a job was there, he would definitely take advantage of it. He employs 10 now with children in our school systems. They're not on welfare. They're not druggies. They contribute to our society, this society. So I would hope that you would take heed in your decisions. It's apparently very touchy, as most things that happen in this particular county tend to run into turmoil. There's always opposition. There's always there's always opposition. There's always pros and cons, which everything's got to be weighed and what's best for the county as a whole. And in this right here time. So I mean.